Hello everybody, it's Pixi again. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. It's Pixi. Yay, I'm Pixi. Awkward. Yay, awkward. I just feel like recording. At the end of the month, I'm always kind of blah, and I don't know. Recording makes me feel better, makes me feel accomplished, all the things. It is about 2 in the morning here, and I set all this stuff aside to record, but because it's the end of the month and I just get in that like blah mood. I don't know if it's because of my womanly time or if it's because, I don't know, I kind of review my month and I just kind of like, did I accomplish enough? Did I do what I wanted to? No, I did not, but it's okay because we're still at the beginning of the year. It's just February, you know, no big deal. I will figure it out. The biggest problem is when I said I was going to sell my car, I can't drive said car and I can't find my title, but I have to get it right to the DMV, and my husband gets off work so late, so I always miss the DMV window, even though I'm on a normal sleeping schedule now, and it's driving me crazy. And I don't know, it's just a nightmare because now I have to spend money to get money for my car in order to sell it, because the title is like $85 in Florida or something, and it's just ridiculous. So I've been stressed about that, and the womanly time adds to the stress because of the hormones, so it's great. And anyway, before I get into this little tiny haul and what I want to do tonight, I'm going to just show you a couple things I've made and tell you how to make them really quick, if it'll inspire you. I don't know, we all have these things lying around that we don't know what to do with, whether you thrift them or they've just been sitting there. So this is what I do, and then we'll get into the makeup, which is the rest of what I want to talk about. And let's just do this. So the first thing I made was this. I'm dropping stuff already. We're off to a great start. I saw this somewhere, and I don't know who to give credit to, but you know, Pinterest and saved pictures on my hard drives, or like just anything inspirational, maybe even Instagram. I don't know where or when I saw this, but somebody made a lot of accessories with old zippers. So I made a little bow with a good friend of mine. Her mom is a seamstress, and I believe she was retired. Shout out to Jill and her mom for sending me these things. She sent me a bunch of vintage patterns and a bunch of zippers and other sewing stuff like binding and bias tape, and they just were kind of sitting there, so I was like, I'm finally going to do something with this stuff. So she sent me a whole box of vintage zippers with like the old school metal teeth, and what I did was I just split them up the middle and cut them, tied it into a bow, and glued it to a hair clip. So if you have any extra zippers lying around like I do, it will be a cute accessory. And I used the little alligator clip from Michael's or Amazon or wherever in bulk, because that way you can add it to a shirt or even in your hair. But yeah, I thought that was really cute, and you can do whatever color or style you want. This is pink and navy blue. As you can see, it's baby pink. And yeah, it's kind of punky but still girly. So very cute recycling craft, if you will, if you're into this kind of thing. I just used hot glue because the fabric, yeah, it's not going to fall apart. But there we go. I might do a quick tutorial on them if you don't know how to cut a zipper open, but I'm sure you could figure it out. And you could probably do different designs, like you could do more loops, like a little flower or something, and you could probably even use bias tape if you don't like the zipper look with like the hard edges, but I don't know. I'm on to something here. It's my first one, so I'm going to make a bunch more and maybe sell them on Be a Glitter Child, which, by the way, I have started listing my old clothes or things I've thrifted that I never got around to wearing, and a couple things I made myself, so if you want to check that out down below, I will leave the link, and it's always in the description. But aside from just my hair falls, I decided to add clothes to it, so that would be a Glitter Child on Facebook, and I'm just doing the direct sales through PayPal and stuff because I don't like the Depop fees or Poshmark fees. So there we go, and I'm going to update at least once a week. I've been purging my closet and going through trash bags of stuff where it's like, I feel bad about donating it because I either spend a lot of money on it or I know it's worth more than just like giving it to a thrift store, and the crappy stuff will go to the thrift store. Not like crappy, like with holes in it, but just like, I'm not going to sell a lot of t-shirts unless they're like super unique or rare or vintage, but anyways, be sure to check that out if you are interested in seeing a little bit of my closet and the stuff I'm retiring to make room for new stuff that I'm going to thrift or find on eBay, because that's what we do. We rotate our closets here. Big closet. Gotta make room. The second thing I've been into making was I take upcycled belts or old chokers, like the cheap Hot Topic ones I've held on to that were just kind of boring and bland. I made this one a very, very, very long time ago, and I was like, why did I stop making these? Because if you're alternative, goth, whatever, punk, rave, you probably have spikes and studs laying around from old belts that are broken, but you're like, oh, the studs are still good, and you just haven't taken the time to do anything with them unless you do jackets or vests. But here's another alternative that I found you can do. This is the first one I made, and this is from high school. I just took a very thin belt, probably from Charlotte Russe or Wet Seal back in the day, and I just cut it to match my neck, and I just used these recycled spikes from Gothic chokers that I didn't care about and just put them on this, and it just makes it look more fabulous than just a plain black vinyl or whatever cheapo, Hot Topic, boring, you know, the ones I'm talking about that you can get like anywhere. But yeah, you can go to any thrift store, find a cute belt to your size or cut it to your size. And to punch the holes in it, I use this bad boy, which is actually for scrapbooking, I believe. And I wish I remembered like what this was called or what the brand is, but it's actually meant, like I said, for like cardstock, but it actually goes through the fake leather and the leather material very well. I use it for grommets as well. There are 2 settings, and I will try to Google this, whatever it may be called. I think it's called the Gator or something, as in an alligator, but it's just a glorified hole punch. And it just goes through the leather, so, and it's almost the perfect hole size for the screw-on spikes. So if you can get your hands on one of these, otherwise you can use like a sharp dowel, like a round dowel, if you know what those are, if you're an artist or anything, or if you've taken an art class in school, you know what a dowel is, but there are metal ones. You can just kind of measure the leather or the pleather belt that you want to use and just make little holes. So it just takes like 5 minutes, and then you have your own spike choker or bracelet, whatever you want to do. So this one was a plain one I got, I think, through like a Good Goth mystery bag, and it was just so flimsy, and it only had the studs on it. So what I did was I just punched a hole in each one, and these rainbow studs I actually found on Amazon Prime, I believe, and I don't know, it was just, it's like a little pastel goth spike choker now instead of just a plain Jane thank you ma'am trad goth thing. But because it already had the snaps on it, that was convenient. So if you have a really cheap color that you're not really like wearing, then you can add some color to it. And I also think nail polish would work if you have plain spikes and you want to color them. I think that would work. And then like if they start flaking off, you can just touch them up. I used to do that with my studded belts in middle school and high school, and just take 30 minutes and just paint each stud individually, and then you have painted or colorful studs. Moving on. Anyway, stop doing that, Sarah. And I'm working on a Vanellope Van Schweetz Disney bound, and I'm really excited about it because I love Wreck-It Ralph. It's so cute. And if you've seen number 2, I haven't yet, so no spoilers, please. But I love Vanellope because she's just so adorable. She's a literal raver candy kid from Disney, and I'm like, what's not to love? Like, if she had rainbow hair, it would be me, like my spirit animal. I love you, Vanellope. So to add, because she has the sprinkles in her hair, and you know, I could do like the typical like dollar store like little kid barrettes, but I decided to make these with the same alligator clips I bought in bulk again. But I just took a hot glue gun and some Michael's rhinestones, and I just made some little random hair clips. So these are super easy to do. You can literally glue anything to these clips and stick them in your hair for a little pop of color or glitter or shininess for your rainbow little heart. And yeah, and because it's hot glue, if they fall off, you probably have a ton of rhinestones left over, so that you can just go back home and another drop of glue, add another rhinestone, and you're done. So if they fall off, you're really not going to care. And I don't know, I might add some of these just random clips to be a glitter child as well if you don't want to make your own and you want to buy the ones I make. They'll be super cheap because they cost me like nothing to make. But yeah, those are a couple of the accessories I've made lately. I have been working on the skirt you saw in my last vlog. I'm almost done, and I'll do like a little show and tell and try on and like style it somehow, maybe like a little fairy wing thing, I don't know, but I'm almost done with that skirt, and I'm super excited. And there's a couple other like sewing projects in the works. Blah 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 blah. I have words, I promise. Moving on. Those are a couple of the crafty things I do on like a rainy day or like when I'm really bored because I don't have a car. So when Ronnie's at work, I'm just kind of like on my own, and I just kind of do the thing and just keep myself entertained. So after all that, a deep breath and a sip of wine, and then we'll move on to the next part of this video. Yay! Yay. So tonight on my face, I decided to keep it a little bit neutral because the next step of this makeup part is going to be trying out some lipsticks that I've purchased and some I forgot about, which are very interesting. I don't know why I haven't reached for these yet, but I figured it'd be a fun video and we could just do it together. Yay! So I'm wearing the NYX In Your Element, the Earth one, and these colors are so pretty. They're really neutral, so I really don't go... Hello. Focus. Hi, how you doing? Hello. But I love the packaging. It is just gorgeous, and the colors are just so deep and vibrant and velvety, and I don't know, I need to reach for this more often. And I do believe you can still find this on the NYX website, or NYX, however you want to pronounce it. I always, because it's in capital letters, I always say it as like an abbreviation, NYX, but I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I really don't care though. But yeah, I decided to go in with the neutral base, and then the green, and then that pink. I'm so sorry, I'm mirrored, and every time I'm tired and recording, I always do that to myself. But I really like these. They're super, like I said, velvety and matte, and I don't know, they are just gorgeous. They are pretty, pretty, pretty. And yeah. Ooh, yay, shiny. And that's just one swatch, but they do build up a lot. But like if you're a beginner, I would really recommend a palette like this because you still get your pop of color, but nothing too bold if you're kind of scared or nervous about wearing something super bright. So they're pretty colors, but kind of muted, and I'm by no means a pro. If you watched any of my former makeup videos, I do makeup the way I like because it makes me happy and it pleases my face and I like the way it looks, so I'm not any makeup guru. Go elsewhere for that. Click away if you're looking for a proper makeup tutorial, because makeup should be fun. I brought my makeup wipes this time because I'm terrible at these swatch things. But yes, I do believe this is still on the NYX website, and there's different ones, different elements, so I will link it down below if I can find it still. And my highlighter, which has probably worn off because tonight was date night, so, well, you can kind of see it. I've talked about this one before. This is by Face Candy, and you can still find it in some places, but it's just a typical highlighter palette. There's nothing really like fantastic about it, but I really do reach for this a lot. There's the packaging. It's Unicorn Glow. It is super holographic, and it's Wonder, Dream, Stardust, Celestial, Enchanted, and Fantasy. And I used Dream, which is this warm neutral in the middle right here. But these are just great highlighters, and Face Candy was cruelty-free. I found them on the Hush app. Rest in peace, Hush. A lot of my makeup is from Hush, and it's not a thing anymore, so. And there. I don't think it focused the first time, so you can see how deeply pigmented they are. They are just super, and because anything unicorn, of course I'm going to reach for it because the packaging just speaks to me. But they remind me of the Paris Hilton highlighters. If you haven't tried those, she is also cruelty-free. I'm a huge Paris Hilton fan of her cosmetics and the whole 90s, early 2000s aesthetic. Yes, please. I need a chihuahua in my life and anything pink and feathery. So I do like this. And the next thing we are going on to, speaking of Paris Hilton, these are really fun. And I was cleaning out my studio again, / vanity area, like where the magic happens, the editing and the makeup and the hair. That is that room. This is the dressing and recording room. I forgot I bought these. These are Transforming Lipsticks by Paris Hilton. And so you notice I'm not wearing my lip rings tonight because we're going to try at least one of these lip products on my lips tonight and see what happens while I talk your ear off about more lipstick. But Paris Hilton is cruelty-free, like I said. The packaging is just phenomenal. When you find her box sets, she always has this cute little Paris Hilton ribbon on the top. And it kind of tells you the colors they're supposed to transform into. So I will swatch them on my hand, and we shall see if they actually transform. So they look like this. And they have Paris Hilton down the side. And you can tell like what the color starts out as and what it turns into. You can see they're kind of already... This one melted, so that's cool. That's what I get for forgetting about makeup in my possession. I need to pay more attention. So it goes on pretty smooth. I do like that. So that's the first one. It doesn't tingle or anything. Like I read that like certain lipsticks, like if there's a plumper in it, they'll make your lips like tingle, but it doesn't make my skin feel weird. So that's a pretty color. And this is the second one, and it looks like that, not melted. That's weird that the one was. They're kind of oily, but that's probably just like the whatever makes the color change. Those look so similar, but we shall see. It just says, where'd the packaging go? It just adapts to the wearer's pH with a lustrous high shine finish, so maybe it changes on your lips instead of your skin, because that just kind of looks the same to me. Helps nourish and regenerate the lips for a plumper, there it is, fuller and more well-defined pout. Okay, whatever you say. And I did find these at the outlet, I believe, like Bell's Outlet. I mean, if you're not in the, if you're not in the Southeast, I don't think you really have Bell's Outlet, but I've also seen on other vloggers' channels that Paris Hilton is available at places like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Ross, so it's just it's rolling the dice if you do want to find this product. I'm sure somebody on Poshmark or eBay is selling them as well. So here's the third one. The base looks like that. It's almost like a coral color, and that's what the lipstick looks like. And that one, nope, that one. Right there, and it's like a coral, but you can see they're all kind of changing and deepening. And let's see if they stain my skin when we're done with this set of lipsticks with the makeup remover. So the base on this one is green, and this is number 4, and you can almost see like where it discolors, so I guess that's like the chemical reaction. I hate to say chemical because it's cruelty-free, but there's got to be some kind of reaction in these lipsticks to make them change color. I remember in middle school, like the dollar store, you could buy a mood lipstick individually, and I didn't know they still made these, so maybe they've improved a little bit. Because I remember them just being that like chalky, cheap lipstick. I mean, when you're in middle school and you go to the dollar store, you're like makeup, and you don't really know anything about it, or your mom's an Avon seller like mine was. So you really don't know, you just like look at the colors, you don't know anything about application, so maybe color changing lipsticks have improved. Okay, so the closer we get to my knuckles, that's each color I'm doing. So yeah, they are really oily though. They feel almost like, it definitely didn't show up green though. They are almost like remind me of like lip balms, not lipsticks. So they're not super matte or anything. And then here's the one that says it's yellow, but then this is weird because it's already pink. There's not one drop of yellow in this lipstick, or whatever you want to call it. So it's like that one already changed colors, and these colors are so similar, so it's not like I'm super impressed, but the colors aren't bad. I would definitely wear these. They actually match the pink in my hair perfectly. Like each one is just a different shade, so there's that. And you can see how shiny they are. So they're definitely, they have like that oil balm thing going on in the texture. So whatever. For $4.99 or $6.99, whatever they cost. Sure. I'll take it because they're Paris Hilton. So I'll take this one and see what it actually does on my lips. It's just a pink, oily, lip glossy type thing. So, okay. Like I said, they're not bad, but they don't really seem like transforming, and they're not tingling. I don't feel like my lips are getting fuller, but we'll just leave it on for a couple minutes or seconds because I have no patience. We could do a wine test. There's no color, but there's definitely a smear. Okie dokie. I'll just leave them on my vanity. I'll probably reach for them at some point. So that was an interesting experiment. It's not a bad color. I kind of like it. So I would say 3 out of 5, I guess. Like, they're not fantastic, but they're kind of cool that they were supposed to change color. And they're not bad shades. But they're just too kind of slick for my taste. And it looks brighter on the makeup remover. And let's see, the second thing I want to talk about is ShopMissA. I just went on there to replenish my foundation and my concealers and my BB cream, and I ordered double of it because every time I find anything for my face that I like, it always seems to be discontinued. So I was like, I'm not falling for that again. I'm going to just order 2 of each just in case. Because if you don't know about ShopMissA, everything on their website is cruelty-free. They do makeup and accessories and some skincare and some hair stuff. Those are staining. Wow. And everything is $1 or roughly $1 except for their bundles and the special things they have that actually go to proceeds for animal shelters and stuff like that. I've talked about them a bunch in a past videos, so if you want to check those out, I'll leave some cards or some links down below in the description. So what I really like is their brand it's on ShopMissA, but it's called AOA Studios, which is everything, like I said, is cruelty free. But I really like this brand. This is their buildable satin foundation. I've talked about this before, and I get mine in porcelain because I'm super pale, and we love our pale aesthetic. No skin cancer, please. Here. And that still bothers me how much they stain. So hopefully those come off in the hot shower and not just like, I hope I don't have this on my hand come tomorrow, but whatever. I'll just be like, yeah, I test makeup on YouTube. Judge me. And the second thing I get from AOA is the Perfect BB Cream, and this is in Fair. And I don't know, I really like this. It lasted me a couple months. A little bit goes a long way, and it just kind of takes care of the T-zone and all that stuff. And I kind of went out of order because I do this first. This is the Natural Finish Liquid Concealer. I use this for my under eye circles and any blemishes, and I really like this. A little, again, goes a long way. So I put them under my eye circles and any red I have, and then I just blend it out with a little wedge sponge. And this is medium to full coverage. This was $1.55, and let me backtrack. This was, I have the receipt right here. The BB cream is $1, and they have varying skin tones. They have like 16 different shades or something. It's ridiculous. So you just have to check ShopMissA. Sometimes their stuff goes out of stock really quickly, so you just have to keep constantly checking the site and then like their emails and such. And the satin foundation is $1.88 for this whole freaking bottle, which is 19 milliliters or 0.64 fluid ounces, and it has the little dropper that I appreciate. So when you put it on the back of your hand, you can control it and it doesn't splatter everywhere. I hate the pumps because I always get like my foundation just exploded. So that was the boring stuff. The last thing I want to talk about tonight, and because they had free shipping, but it was like a flash free shipping. To get their free shipping on a regular basis, you have to spend over $35. I spent $19.86, but because they were having this flash free shipping sale type thing, I decided, like, why not take advantage of the free shipping, but I don't have to spend $35 this time. Awesome. So I went into their bundle section or collections, whatever it's labeled as, and I found their supposed AOA Wonder Lipstick bestsellers, and you get 10 lipsticks for $10 even. I was like, okay, $1 lipstick. Like I said, most of the stuff on the website is $1. Or like $1 and some change. So this is their bestsellers, and I'm super picky about my lipsticks. Handy dandy razor. Because I really like NYX Liquid Suede and like the matte liquid lipsticks from NYX. And sometimes I reach for other stuff, and I end up really liking ShopMissA stuff. So we're going to do this together. I'm going to try to swatch a couple of these because this has been rambling on for almost 25 minutes now. So I already see a black, so we're going to swatch that one for sure. And I'm going to try at least one on my actual lips, and I'll tell you like the texture and stuff. And I can already see that 2 are damaged. So I don't know if that was like from them melting when they're on their way here, or if it was just like being jostled around the package, because the package was really well done. But you can see what I'm talking about right here. It's like smushed on the top and crooked. And I'm like, okay, we shall see. And there's like, I'll show you when I open that one. And they all have names instead of just numbers, so that's nice. This is called Frost Diva. And I'm not going to keep you for like 35 minutes. So, and they're all individually wrapped, so that would just take forever. So I'm only going to do like 1 or 2 or 3. But this is what I'm, oh wow, that's what I'm talking about right there. So that's great. We're off to a wonderful start. Moving on. So that one's out. I can't even get it to come out of like the lid. So, wow. Alright, we're going to try this one because I like a nice frosty lipstick and it's not damaged. And this is another one that's smushed in the top. So, that's 2 out of 10 so far that are smushy. The same thing. Okie dokie. It won't come out of the lid. Okay. So, yeah, we're just going to do the black and the frosty one because we have yet another one that is touching the top. So I'm not going to open that right now. We already saw what happened with 2 of them, but the rest seem to be in good condition. So we will just open the very, very dark one. And now it's looking more like a blue, which I'm okay with. Crinkle, crinkle. And yep, it is a dark blue shade. And it looks like it may have started to melt because you can see like the texture in the lipstick, but we will swatch it anyway. Over the stained part. So that's pretty smooth, and I really like that. So there's that, and it's not chunky or anything. And it almost has like a purple sheen to it. I hope that's not because of the Paris Hilton colors behind it, but it almost looks purple in this light. And then the only other one I'm going to do, because I want to keep this under 30 minutes, but I have 27 minutes already. I apparently rambled longer than I thought tonight. Packaging. There we go. This one is, the blue one is called Poison, and this frosty one is called Frostlight, so that's appropriate because it's frosty. So it's like a shimmery white lipstick. Let's see how thick it goes on, or if it's more like a topper. You could probably wear it by itself. Like, obviously you're not, there you go. Obviously you're not going to be able to see it on my pale skin, but you can see when the light hits it. It's like a very shimmery, silvery lipstick, and it goes on very smooth. It doesn't really smell like anything. Like, you know, sometimes cheap lipsticks from like the dollar store have that like chalky, lipsticky smell. Like, you know what I'm talking about. If you've smelled lipsticks before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So aside from the 3 that are all melty and in the lid, the colors are pretty neutral and basic, and they are not damaged. So we have like a little taupe neutral, and these 2 look the same, but one's called Caramel and one is called Wanted, but they look the same to me in the tube. Like, very slight difference. And then this one is called Frostbite, and it's like a deep purple mulberry color, so I like that, but I don't always reach for a dark lip, but I want it to be an interesting one. This is Souffle, another very neutral taupe-ish color. And then here's a mauve called Blossom. And then we have Latte, yet another neutral. They all kind of look very similar, those 4. And then we have Frost Magic, which is another mulberry, cranberry type color. I mean, look how similar those all look. So I probably won't reach for these a lot. I might actually give them to a friend or something. But anyways, that is it. And if you like this kind of thing and you have not subscribed yet, please feel free to. I also do thrifting hauls. I do walk-arounds with me. I do Disney. We talk about hair. We talk about making stuff. We talk about fashion. I go on thrifting adventures as well. And if you like watching my awkward face, feel free to subscribe and be sure to hit that little bell down below. I try to update at least once a week, if not more. If I feel like there's an idea for a video, I will just go for it, as awkward as it is. And none of my stuff is scripted, and I very rarely script anything. If I do, it's usually like questions and answers, or if I'm tagged in something. So everything is raw. I do edit, but you know what I mean, like raw, like nothing's fake here. We are real on this channel. So anyways, I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Thank you for joining me in my YouTube journey, and I will talk to you soon. Love you guys. Pixi out.